How's it going, everybody? I'm actually doing a tier list rating today for Skyrim, so we're going to see which ones of the factions are the best, which are okay, which are average, which are just not very good. So I'm going to rate them kind of on the basis of which ones are fun to play and are the hardest, and which ones are just kind of boring and don't take very long and are just kind of, you just play to get through them. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. First, here we have the Bard's College. So, this is located in Solitude. It's usually not one of the most talked about things to do in Skyrim. So, I'm going to go ahead and it's kind of sentimental to me because it's always fun, it's easy, and you get to burn the little guy at the end. I think it's Olaf, the dragon killer. I'm going to put it at C, but I could be convinced to move it to D as well because it's just short, there's not much to do, and it's just very time like the quests don't have much meaning to them really. So we're gonna start with C there. Next is the Blades. So this is a part of the main quest. You're kind of following Delphine around and doing her bidding. And then at the end they're like, we're not gonna help you unless you kill Parthenox. And no one wants to kill Parthenox because he's a super nice guy. Even though he was a terrible war criminal back in the day, he's a new man now. So, but since it's part of the main quests, and like the quests are actually fun that you do with it, I'm gonna put it at B right here. All right, now we got the Greybeards. Now these quests, I kind of have a love-hate with these because they're a lot of fun because it's part of the main quest as well, and it kind of gets you through the game. You get to learn the Fusor shout, so it's very important when it comes to the game. But there's also parts that are very boring when Argnair just talks your ear off. It gets boring at times, so I'm gonna put that here A because I think they're similar to the Blades and they kind of get you through the game. The Blades do portray you, yeah, I'm gonna put them at B because the Greybeards are also stuck in their ways as well, and they want you to do things that they want you to do, and they don't really listen to your input at all. So I'm gonna put them at B as well, just because they're the main quest, so they're essential to the game, and it helps you unlock a lot of new things. And it's kind of nostalgic as well. So we're gonna put those at B. I could be convinced to move this down to C, but I'm gonna keep it at B for now. Next, we have the College of Winterhold. All right, this one a lot of people don't like it that much, I've heard, but I actually really like it because I like playing as a mage. And I just think it's different. It's a snowy biome. And there's a lot of drama that goes on within the college and Winterhold as well. So I'm gonna put this at A, actually. I would say A B range. So I always enjoy playing it, and you get to learn a lot of new spells and meet a lot of new characters as well. So going with an A rating for that. Next, we have the companions. A lot of the companions have been getting a lot of flack recently. I always either play them right away to kind of get them out of the way, to be honest, or I play them like towards the end once I'm really high level, so it's really easy. And I think also because so many people have played them so many times, because it's in right run, that it kind of has gotten stale. So I'm gonna put it at B as well. Because I think the College of Winterhold is just so different from all the other factions. And the companions, it's just kind of like a starter quest to me. Like all of it's very intro level. The Silver Hand's a cool story. I'm not a big fan of the whole werewolf story as well. I think they make a big deal out of it and they kind of force you to become one, which is kind of annoying because I usually end up curing myself when you cure Vilcus and Fartus at the end as well. So I'm gonna put that at B, but I still think it's a good quest. I recommend doing it, especially if you're new to the game as well. So next, I have not actually done these two before, the Coven of Namira and the House of Telvanni. I'm assuming these are with the expansion pack, which I have, but I have not actually gotten to them. When you travel to Solstein, I'm thinking same with this Tribal Orcs and Volca here. Oh yeah, I have done that one. The Tribal Orcs I have done, but these two? Maybe. I have to look into these. So maybe I'll add an edit when I look up and see what they actually are. Because some factions are named something and I have no idea what they are until I see what they actually are. I'm like, I've done that. Next is the Dark Brotherhood. For me, I love sneaking around and Honestly, like the thrill of this quest line and just how everything goes to crap at the end, the whole place burns down. I don't want to spoil too much, but you kind of have to like pick up all the pieces, and then you got Cicero. What do you do with him as well? Is he loyal? Is he not loyal? I'm gonna put this at S tier. I think this is my favorite faction, and you get Shadowmere at the end, so it's pretty hard to beat that. So yeah, that's gonna be an S tier. Imperial Legion. I'm gonna put the Stormcloaks next to it because they go hand in hand. You pick one or the other. These ones are actually, it's so much politics going into these, and I really like that. Like I like reading into like, oh, why do these people believe this and that, and what are all the motives behind all these beliefs? And I think the Imperial Legion, most of the people in it are pretty similar to the Stormcloaks. They're not the biggest fan of the Empire. They want to worship Talos, but the only difference is they think it's better to be loyal to the Empire. And I think these quests are both like the Greybeards and the Blades, they're essential to the main quest line and help you progress the game as well and meet a lot of fun characters. And it's kind of cool raiding cities and taking over the cities as well. It does get a little repetitive at times when you're kind of doing the same thing, going to the camps, raiding a city. But it is cool, like with the Greybeards, how you get to negotiate like what Jarls and if the Stormcloaks or Imperials are in charge of certain holds. So I'm gonna put these here as well. So I'm interested to see. I haven't really watched any of the other YouTubers do this. I'm interested to see like if they would agree with what I'm putting. I'm assuming the Blades are gonna go pretty low because no one really likes the Blades. But I actually think their hearts are in the right place, but yeah. So next is the Nightingales. So this has to do, let me do the Thieves Guild first, then we'll get to the Nightingales, because you do the Thieves Guild first. The Thieves Guild, I'm gonna have to put S tier as well. I enjoy it every time, the drama behind it, Brynjolf, Mercer. I just think it's fun sneaking around. You're kind of up to no good, but you're trying to, the thieves are not doing good, and then you kind of come in and get to the root of it, why that's happening. And I just think it's a great storyline, great quest line. Riften is just fun because there's so many sleazy people in there. So I'm gonna put that S tier as well. And then the Nightingales, honestly, the Nightingales are fun, but it is just kind of like time consuming. You have to go in that cave with Brynjolf and what's her name? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. But Karaya, something like that, Karaya. Um, I'm gonna put it A tier. Because I think the Thieves Guild quest is more fun. This is just kind of like a extra plus of the Thieves Guild. So I'm gonna put that at A with the College of Winterhold. All right. Next, we have the tribal orcs. I'm assuming this just means the little orc villages that you can go and do their quests. I'm gonna put that at D because it's just not as important. I'm gonna do some research and I'll throw in another edit if it is more important if I haven't done it. Um, but yeah, so that I'm gonna leave it C just because it's not as exciting or essential as all these other ones are. Next is the Dawn Guard. That's a tough one because that is added after all these original ones were added. I'm gonna say the Dawn Guard. I'm gonna put it at A. Just because it's so different, you get to meet a lot of cool characters. The vampire hunting does kind of get old after a little bit, but it's cool how you get to travel to this big castle. You kind of build it from the ground up, and then you meet the vampire Serana. She can become your follower. You go to Castle Volcaire, as you see on the next one. So overall, very fun quest. I just haven't done it as many times. I've done it a few times, but I'm not as familiar with it as like the Dark Brotherhood or Thieves Guild. And usually I kind of save it till the end, so maybe I'm a little burned out by that point, but definitely a fun quest. Definitely would recommend it. And then lastly, the Volcair clan. This has to do with the Dawn Guard as well. I never really do it because it's just the vampires. I'm gonna say C for that. I noticed how I have none at D because I think all these are fun still, but just because I've never really done it and I wouldn't recommend being a vampire unless you've done a ton of playthroughs and like want to be a vampire. Um, but yeah. Then these last two, I'm going to put it D until further notice. I will add a clip where I change it just because I haven't done them. Not because don't like them, but I don't think I've done it before. But that's my rating for all the factions in Skyrim. I hope you all enjoy. Leave a comment if you agree. If you think my ratings are terrible, let me know. But just provide some reasoning why. And then maybe you can put me on to some new things and I'll change my ratings. Maybe I'll come back to this a year from now and it'll be completely different after my playthrough. But I appreciate y'all watching and I will see you in the next video.